No medical exam, no health questions. Your acceptance is guaranteed. And this plan has a lifetime rate lock. So
lady's in the hospital right now.
options start at $9.95 a month. Plus, you get a 30-day money back guarantee. So call now for free information.
Let's turn something else for a moment.
Use this valuable time to record your important information.
I recently required a few things,
And it's yours.
and I always like things like this, you know. So I didn't do it right away, but I finally got around, and I went ahead and see if I could find it online. Found it right away. I was surprised. Usually, who knows how long before I find what I want. But the only difference between this one and the one in the picture is this one's got these 3 stickers on it. Now, I don't know, maybe someone just put them on it, but makes me wonder if it come that way. The one in the picture didn't have no stickers. The one in the picture was going for $40. Yeah, I'm willing to sell it, yeah. But I'm wondering about those 3 stickers, you know. May not want to sell it too quick. But anyways, that led to well, I checked this out. And I entered in information from back here, but it says here wrought iron. Now, maybe it comes in different form than I don't know, but seems like plastic to me. And it's it's sad it's got a Pennsylvania name in there because, you know, I was originally born there. Raised in Phoenix, though. But it's made in China. So what do you expect, I guess? Somehow I think that's just plain fake. Kind of like a lot of what I find on the internet. But then I went ahead and checked these. And let me... Now, maybe I should stand up and try and hold them so you can see them both at the same time. Now, let's see. Well, there's one. Can you get a good look on? Well, that's too much light. There's one. And then here's the other. I think plainly you see right away they're different. Obviously the same style and everything. Both done by a Rose Edwards. And I didn't have too much trouble finding what I was kind of looking for there. The thing is, I could only find 3 like these 2. You know, same style and everything, but a little different each one. And they were like, 2 said Long Shadow, 1 was 7, 1 was 10. And then the middle one was New Editions, I think it was 11. Anyways, so on the back of these, let's see, can I get you a good picture of that? Didn't right. This isn't. I'm not very good at this stuff. I don't know what I'm doing sometimes, but let me just take there. I'm having a hard time trying to see what I'm doing here, but I think you can get a good look at it there, I think. So anyways, now we got 2 different paintings here. And there's the one I just showed you. Here's the other one. Well, let's see, where was I? Let's just sit her down here. Do it again. Let's see. There it is. I think you're getting a good look at it there. Anyways, they're pretty much, the same sticker. Okay, they print so many up of them, and then they, write in one sticker and then copy a bunch of them. But hey, we got two different ones here. Somebody put the wrong sticker on the wrong painting. Now, you might have seen it said number 2. My gut says one of these is number 1, and I think, which one was it? Oh. Hey, let me get my vote's on this one. I could be wrong. Don't know. Maybe it's number 3. But the point is, if 7, 10, 11, they're going for like 40 something dollars there. What's 2 and I think 1, maybe 3, but I think 1. What are they worth? Especially with a wrong sticker on it. Now I hope she's alive, but the point is, what's the value? Do I have a way out of the short run here? The problem is, how do I get a hold of a art lover? One that collects them. They might be very interested in that. They'd have to go as a set so you can prove you got the wrong sticker on one of them. It sure helped right now. I mean, it'd be cool to keep. Something like that. If I could, I'd keep it. But I got my lady to think of. I got to make sure she's got a home to come home to, or they're not going to let her come home. She ain't going to be very happy, and that's not very good for her state of mind. So, anyways, I got one more thing. Let's see. Can you get a look at this? Let's see. Well, that's not a very good look, is it? Well, that's a little better. But see, check out the handles. They're metal. Let's see. Can I hold it steady? See, you can probably hear that, huh? That's metal. Now, let me get over here. I tried to look that one up. And now I could not find it exactly. It's especially for Pier 1 imports. But boy, they got some nice prices in there, Now they varied, Some, I was looking. Well, maybe you didn't realize what it was actually, but it appears to me it's an audio cabinet. It's got the back where it's open up, but it looks like like it was perforated. Like whoever bought it would have had to take that perforation out. Otherwise, why would it be perforated? Maybe it gives them an option how they might do it. Maybe it had a hole in there if they only had a few cords. I don't know. All I know is it's open, so I don't have that piece if there was a piece. But at any rate, pretty much all the pictures, with the exception of maybe one, because I'm not sure, were mostly just newer stuff. And I'm pretty certain this goes back sometime anyways. But I looked at the number. There, boy, I spent a lot of time. I looked at a lot of pictures. And I gotta get up here. There you are. Last picture I looked at, it kind of had an older look to it, but it looked metal. I forget exactly what I said about it, but boy, it was over $3,000. Made me wonder, is this an older piece, And then being metal, is it older than this or younger than this? I lean towards the metal not being used up till some point in time, where it'd be kind of like I can't think of it. I know the word I'm thinking of, but I can't bring it to mind. Kind of a modern change, I guess, at the time or whatever. So makes me think that this is older than that. Boy, anybody interested, please get here. I'll go ahead and repeat my address again. It's 21414 52nd Avenue West, C21, Mount Lake Terrace, Washington, 98043. That's in the USA. I don't care where you come from. You want to buy it, hey, please get here. I believe there's people out there that are going to be interested in that, and we need to help. So as soon as ones to get here, it's in the ballpark, I think. Well, if it's close to it, or they can show me some, because I couldn't find this particular one. As a matter of fact, I couldn't find the two paintings, or, well, I guess prints, I think is what they are. Anyway, I couldn't find them. Just weren't there anyway. I could only find those three. And I couldn't even find, like 6 and 5 and any of these other numbers. But anyways, hey, I know at least one of them's correct as 2, I think. Could they both be wrong? I guess there's somebody out there would know that. Somebody would know these paintings. So I'm sure they can answer that. But at any rate, yeah. It's kind of a blessing in a way, isn't it? Oh, God, I'm so much going on. It's hard to concentrate. Add another thing to concentrate. And I really, I'm not a speaker. I've never have been. I mean, my God, in grade school, it was pure stage fright. I hardly got a word out. I just didn't know what to say. I just stuttered at times and I don't think I got 10 words out the whole time. But anyways, so for me to be like this is, well, it's not all that easy. Doing my best. I got to get to this. But that's what's wrong. Why are we so small? How do we get it bigger? What happened? Can we do it? Hey, there we go. That's much better. I knew something was wrong, That's so much on my mind, I just realized, hey, my screen's smaller. That's how slow I am about these things. I really don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. I wish there was some here that could show me a lot more. I just don't know. But anyways. Oh gosh, this is sun. This is not real. Let's see. Let's go a little at a time. Okay, so we get the whole page there. I want to make sure you can see everything. And I suppose that's an important part there. Okay. I'll give you maybe a back up just to make sure. It's hard to see behind it, but I'm trying to watch, make sure all the writing's in there. Sorry for all the jiggling and everything. I really am. I think I better go back and forth just to make sure you get every letter. I don't know. Is that too far up? Let's make it close. Okay, so anyways, let's continue up.
Come on, Abby, let's go put your things away. Okay. Oh, no. What's wrong, man? I left my other bag in Mr. Curry's car. They have my toothbrush.
Earlier, I think I'm going backwards there, wasn't I?
Barnes and I were planning to take you shopping this morning. We can go out right now and buy you a new toothbrush and pajamas. Oh, thank you. Come on.
Is that better? I actually use two hands. Oh, that's probably better, huh? Okay. I called them. I let them know that it wasn't any good. Now, maybe I didn't tell them exactly why. I can't remember. Maybe I did, but I really can't remember. Depended on my mood, I suppose, at the time, and I can't remember what that was either. So, okay, that's first page. Anyways, but remember, this isn't real. It's not legal, and I'll show you why on that. So let's get this next page. Okay, let's see. That's not a problem. Okay, we'll just do a little at a time. Okay, let's see. We got all the words there. Okay, well, we just took two like before. Okay, we'll keep it there. Sorry, this is going to be a little bit of a slow process. I want to make sure you can get every word. However, and I'm trying to make it so you don't have to go through it so many times, I guess.
You know, play farmhouse fun? Okay, let me see.
I'm having a heck of a time. I want to make sure you can read it at the same time, you know. I can't really see what I'm doing. Okay, I can't read the signature. I'm not exactly sure which name it belongs to because I know there's different names on here, and I'm not going to trust it's the closest one to it. The way things have been going, whatever can go wrong will go wrong. And let me tell you, I surpassed Murphy frickin' decades ago. It's not Murphy's Law, it's Mike's Law. And I ain't joking. Okay, I think we did okay there. Yeah, best as I can. You know. Let's see. So we want this one. Wait a minute. Yeah, we want this one next. Okay.
Why, hello there. You must be Abby. I wanted to meet you. I'm afraid so. I'm Thomas. How's the weather down there? Great, until a big eclipse came and blocked out the sun. Well, I thought maybe Abby would like these books from my publishing company. They're hot off the press. Big deal, so is my suit. What? Oh, yeah, he sure is. Here it is. Thank you for the book. Oh, you're welcome. We're ready yet? Yeah. Come on, baby, hit me. What's it, Julie? It means you win, Abby.
Okay. Go here. God, I can't say what I'm doing. Let's see, it's getting a little dark there. My arm was in the way.
The women are hawk it. Mr. G? Yeah, does it first start with the G? Sure does. I told you to learn a lot from me. After all, we are friends. Sure it is. You call me whatever you want. Hello, Abby. You left your other bag in the car. Who is it this time? David Curry, Eastview Children's Home. Hey, Curry, come on in. I'm George Jefferson.
Okay, and that's this page. Yeah, this is the last page. In short. Okay.
Well, don't forget it. Goodbye, Abby. Goodbye, Honky. Honky. Goodbye, Honky. Who taught you to say honky? I thought so. Come along, Abby. And wait a minute, Kurt, what are you doing? I'm taking her back, Mr. Jefferson. You've done enough harm. Oh, shit. How many Fender 70 sitcoms can you name? I hope so. Visit ATV.com and click at CRTV to take a 1976.
Okay. Sorry, but it's important you saw that. Now I'm going to show you one of the reasons. There's more than one, but one of the reasons. If you notice, it said it was based on the 20-day gosh, what's the word? Vacate notice, or 20-day vacate notice, right? Okay. Well, first of all, let's go with the first paper that was attached to any door. And it's this one here. Now, keep in mind, on the face of it, they seem, credible, right? They doesn't look like anything wrong with them, right? Yeah, well, there is. And we're going to get to that. But we're going to make sure you see this page. I'm sorry, I'm not very good apparently. Just that's the problem. I'm not getting enough light.
Plus, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. So call now for free information. And you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. Use this valuable guide to record your important information and give helpful direction to loved ones with your final wishes. And it's yours free, just for calling. So call now. Call 1-800-290-4646.
Oh, wait a minute. Something get out of order?
That's 1-800-290-4646.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got it out of order. Well, let's finish this one. Somehow I got my paper out of order here. This is the last one I wanted to show you, not the first one. But we'll go ahead and point this one out then. Now that we got it, I thought something started to look wrong. I mean, I can only see things backwards like this because I'm looking in the make sure it gets in the window there. But yeah. Now the key here is I can't show you the paper that came before this one. And the only thing I can think is the reason we got this one is because it says one bedroom there. Yeah. So that's the only reason I think maybe B and C got that. I never thought about it before. But it could be that B and C are the only buildings that have one bedroom. I could be wrong with that. Easily, it's not something I ever really checked out. But we did not get a letter that came before this. I forget the exact date. Seems like there's a little time in between. But you notice on this one it says that it was a utility fee. And the one bedroom is 50 and the two bedroom 75. Well, there was a paper that was put on all the other buildings. We didn't get that one, but I forget who it was, showed me a copy of theirs. And at that time, they were being told that they were being given a $75 rent increase. And I think there's something about it being at the same time this is supposed to take effect, right? And I don't think now that I'm pointing it out, maybe they'll try and say, oh, yeah, well, it's two different things. I don't think so. Why else would we get one? I could be wrong with that, too. But with everything else that's been going on, hey, it makes me wonder, did they forget what they called it the first time? So anyways, that's all I wanted to say about that. It doesn't. Again, all these papers I'm showing you, none of them are legal. Not a single one. Because see that? Where'd it go? Let me see now. Okay, where'd the first one go? Oh, here it is. Oh, these things get so mixed up. See, they ain't supposed to be there either. I had these in order. How'd that happen? Oh, I dropped the papers. That's right. I forgot. See, I'm wondering, what the heck? I now remember this. I think I explained before about I got a sort of memory problem, and sometimes I have a very difficult time trying to remember anything. Well, not anything, but like if I stray off to make a point about something I'm talking about, and I got to that point where I need to stray off, very common for me to try to get back. And what was I talking about before? Oh my God, yeah, very common for me. So anyways, okay, here's the paper. This is it. Okay. Now I'm going to try my best to make sure we get this one right. Now, maybe I should stand up when I'm doing this. Maybe you can see better. Let's see. No, actually, that is better. How do I got to hold this right now? Make sure that gets on there. Okay. Get it there. Trying to keep it straight.
Nice try. Yes, now where were we? Who's she? This is Mrs. Owens, Mr. Curry's supervisor. I'm sorry, Mrs. Jefferson, but I don't see any reason to continue this program. What? Mr. G? Hey, Abby. Mr. G! Hey, how are you, babe? Fine. Mr. Curry said I'm not allowed to play with you anymore. I like playing with you because I always win. And you never get mad when you lose. Just talking. I told Mr. Curry he shouldn't be mad at you. It was my fault. It wasn't your fault, Abby. It was Mr. G's fault. How could it be Mr. G's fault? He's an old guy. Yeah. But sometimes he acts like a child. Abby, look, what Weezy's trying to say is that Mr. Willis doesn't like to be called Honky any more than Mr. Curry does. Then why did you call him a honky? Well, because I'm kind of stupid sometimes. See, when I was growing up, a lot of white people used to call me names. So I used to call them names back. It was just our way of hurting each other. Why would people want to hurt each other? That's a good question, Abby. Even I ain't smart enough to answer that. Just remember, sometimes us old guys say things without thinking. So you shouldn't repeat everything you hear us say. You got it? Got it, Mr. G. Okay. Good. Now you take good care of yourself here, and I promise I'll come and see you. Okay? Wait a minute, Mr. Jefferson.
Okay. Now, what you want to pay attention to here, let me find it.
I think we've accomplished something here. David, what do you think? Well, I think.
God, what I can never remember where it is in here. Oh, there we go. I'm always looking in the bigger paragraphs for some reason. I always go to them first, and it's this itty bitty paragraph. Well, a couple lines, whatever. Says here, should you have? Well, no. Let me forget that line. I just need this bottom one right here. All terms and conditions of your current lease/rental agreement will remain in force. Okay. So if we follow that, then what we have is an option to register one car with the office for our apartment. Or each apartment has the right to register one car with the office, and they give you this little card and you put it on your dash. That was done roughly maybe 10 years ago. Here's the problem. The lease had a section that dealt with cars. And according to state law, there's a certain way you have to go about to change just a specific part of a lease. Well, that was totally ignored. Everything was totally ignored. Our rights, everybody's rights. Everybody that has paid a single dollar in rent since that time, whether they still live here or not, whether they moved out years ago even, every single one of them, they now themselves have an option, because their rights, what little there are to a lease, you still have certain rights to lease. You must be in agreement with what they're doing. You have a right to argue. Maybe you don't win the argument, but you got the right. Well, that was ignored. It was just done. tacked on our doors, first we ever knew of it. And, well, you know what you can do, you just kind of felt like you accepted it. Now, I didn't know law, so it didn't jump into my head about this. It's only because of the situations that forced me to find the information, and under the circumstances, there was no way I was going to have that happen. And I wasn't thinking of that when I got this laptop. I looked at it as after I had to agree to stay home 24/7 in order to have my lady released from the hospital. And since then, you know, that was back in April. Recently, I realized that shouldn't I be allowed some sort of remuneration, a stipend, you know, something? It seemed to make sense to me, and I called, and no one knew where to send me, and I kept getting wrong offices, or the recording would say you would be responded to within 24 hours. A week later, I'm still calling back. And I ended up talking to one person who says, no, the hospital doesn't have anything like that. And I said, really? And is that something somewhere, a contract city, state, you know, maybe under emergency circumstances, which there have been plenty, absolutely plenty. And at this point in time, I firmly believe that there is probably something in the event of an emergency that whoever is considered to be taking care of a person, well, I got to think under emergency situations when there's no one else there, that the person that has been basically put in charge of their care does have the same power as a doctor, I would think. Oh, no, not to do surgery or anything like that, but I mean, as far as determining the best thing to do for her welfare. And I can guarantee you this, I do know her a lot better than any doctor. Which, wow, I'm straying off now. I'm straying off. I got to get this done first. But boy, there's something happening at the hospital. You know, all these people were saying one thing, and all of a sudden, here's this person saying my tune, you know. I mean, things that, oh gosh, why are they telling me all this if what you're saying is true? You know, they're ignorant. They quit going to medical school to brush up, apparently. So, anyways, oh, wrong pile. Okay, getting back to the eviction summons based on that 20-day notice. Okay, here is the 20-day notice. Okay, well, I'm gonna stand up. That worked better, I think, last time. Okay, start one in, and then we go across. I'm going really slow, even slower than I need, and probably because I'm a slow reader. But yeah, I don't go necessarily that slow, but I just want to make sure, like, especially on things like this, you know, you got everything you need. Again, I guess you can always replay it. But at any rate, I'm trying to make it so you don't have to replay so much. That can get old quick, I can understand.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Testing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I got a gallon power.
I don't think there's anything really over here. Okay. So, well, let's point out a problem with this one right away. There's no lease. They voided the lease when they changed the cars, right? So there ain't a single piece of paper. And maybe that first one tying him in somehow is a weird sort of legal, I guess. It's hard to say that's even legal, but the point is there is no lease. Even now, there is no lease. And the work they're doing around here. I looked that up too. Well, I stumbled across. I was looking for something else, but it was there. That the amount of work that they're doing would fall under. I forget the heading. One reason you would do it is because they're being demolished, and then the next reason is a major. It was a kind of funny word for me. Habitational kind of. That might be wrong. I might be something sort of like that if it wasn't something more like that. But anyways, and I think there was a third reason, even I forget now what it is, but it doesn't matter. That second one I mentioned is what ties it here. That they, by state law, have to give a 120-day vacate notice. Well, where's the other 100? Now, and if that ain't good enough, whoops, what'd I do with it? Where'd it go? Oh, wait a minute. Did I show you the 14-day one first? Wait a minute. Oh, now I don't know. Well, let's double check. Maybe I just put the other one in the wrong place. But anyways, okay, I'm sorry. I just got to make sure I get it right. Okay, this is the 20-day one. Yeah, let's get it right. Okay, 20-day one. And I'll just try and go local. I almost think I did show you these already. And I might not have. Somehow I put the 14 in the wrong stack or something. I don't know. I got so much on my mind, let me tell you. I can tell you this. This is just a preliminary warm-up for me. I still got the criminal justice system to deal with as well. So, okay, and let me get down here again. Okay, sorry if I did that twice, but or sorry if I did this one twice, but here we go. Here's a 14-day one. Now, before I tell you that, I got to tell you, this was done by a third party over the phone with the manager. Wasn't done with us, or my lady, that is, me and my lady. How can that possibly be legal? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, her son, I always kept him involved. Always, even with what's going on now. And he flipped. He just up and flipped. And I got to tell you, the only thing that can explain my lady's condition, why he just flipped crazy like, why the family threw her away like garbage long before I met her. It's got to be a genetic defect of some kind. What else would make a mind work like that? I don't know. Maybe there's something else, but I think they really got to look at him on a metabolic level. Something's wrong. And I believe it's running through the family. I seriously believe that. And for their own welfare, so they can see the truth of what's really happening. God, you can't make them. But God, they got to get themselves looked at. For my lady's sake, please do, if you're watching this. For your daughter's sake. For your mother's sake. Your sister's sake. Oh, I get so mad. 14 days. Well, okay, yeah, let me make sure you see it. Okay. Extend your arm and touch the old nose. Your nose, Radar. Your nose. Two deep breaths, Margaret. Breathe hard. Pretend I'm Frank.
I know how to breathe hard, Doctor. I locate you hard so I get a finder's fee. You're very fit, Major. I guess that's because you throw so many. Chris didn't lose about 10 pounds, though. Not grazing between meals. Right in through there. That should be posted as a slide area. This will get you a little flanky. You're crazy. Walking away from people, you look like you're wearing two strange bulldogs in a bag. Roll up your sleeve. From the neck down. We'll do it my way. Critical work. Stick to the waist. Very naked, sir? Radar, I'm not casting for the big field pilots. Yes, sir.
I get you. Oh, it's going down. Okay. So, what more proof do you need to know that eviction summons is no good? But with the way things been going, every avenue of help that go blocked. ACLU, Stoneman's Bar Association. I mean, lawyers' offices on the phone. They won't even listen to what I got. How can they realize what they could be doing is greater than anything they could possibly do? And they're proving it. They won't even listen. How are you supposed to get a lawyer if they don't even listen? I don't understand that. You would think they'd want to at least hear. Why would they want to miss out on the biggest case they could possibly ever have? I don't get it. And there I'm talking about the criminal justice system as being the biggest case. But hey, it's a pretty big one, right? Yeah, I know. Criminal justice system, end to end. Yeah, do top it. And I got all the proof on that one. That's all public record. So anyways, my fear is, am I going to get another idiot on the bench? I already got one I can take down. I got the proof on him. He falsely imprisoned me. Now is this next one? If I can even get to it. I mean, I think you saw where I'm supposed to write the paper and have it in there by such and such time on Monday. And I know there's no way I would get it right. I can try, but something ain't going to be right. And they're going to say, oh, this is no good. We don't have to listen to it. Blah, 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 blah. And then, I thought it'd just be a simple matter. They'd have to file it in court and everybody get to go to court. Isn't that the way it's supposed to be? That's what I thought. Just go to court and talk to the judge and say, hey, here's the truth. But no, I got to ask on a separate piece of paper to speak to the judge. And my lady's in the hospital, it's her name, but they do say others. And hey, they keep trying to say, well, your name's not on the list. Well, yeah, when they threw her into this apartment, I was being falsely imprisoned at the time. So, yeah, I didn't have a rightful chance for that. And now they're not going to listen to me unless I pay $75 for this background check. Well, they're going to be brain dead and believe the poison that's in my record right now, that there's absolutely no reason it should be there. And they say, some nonsense I didn't even understand. So I'm not even going to talk like, I hope you didn't even understand that. So I guess I'm trying to make a subtle point, but it's ridiculous. I'm getting upset. So let's move on. Let's see. Okay, we got a parking lot closure. I don't know if you really want to make anything out on this. It ain't legal since nothing's legal, but hey, we got a nice parking lot. It's a really nice job they did. It really is. The tar part, anyway. Too bad it's got to get torn up. That's a shame. What a waste of money. At any rate, there's something else. I don't trust that I can walk out of here. Now I did before and after the last incident where I tried to show evidence and it just didn't work. And when it one time when it did sort of like let me try, well, the sun was such you couldn't see anything anyways. But I fear if I try to go out there and show you something right now, it's right, not very far out that window. It probably stopped working. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. But after a funny incident, you don't want to take chances. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it's the devil doing his work. Hey, my lady's a believer. I kind of look through her eyes at times, and it's funny what I see there sometimes. But I don't know. I kind of covered that already in there. So, anyways, yeah, I guess that's about all I'm going to say about that. That didn't. Oh well, maybe the fact that I'll just read. I won't show this. That any vehicles left in parking lots at 8 a.m. will be towed at the vehicle owner's expense, and they don't care. One interjection here. It's been plain and clear that they don't want kids. They ripped up the basketball court, replaced it with sod. They didn't even level it out. So, if kids try to run on it, they better be careful. They can twist the ankle pretty good. So, and they obviously don't want handicap. Don't want that. I can show you proof of that. And it's hard to say. Should we just include the elderly to begin with? I don't know. We're certainly being singled out here. Me and my lady, I wouldn't call us exactly elderly in my book, but she's definitely disabled, and I am too. I'm just waiting for the freaking judgment. I got over 50 grand coming from that, but that's way too far away. Just way too far away. There's that disability system there. It's geared to throw you in the street. Absolutely geared for that. So, anyways, okay, what's this one again now? Oh, yes. Okay. Here what leads into why is a Mali Terrace police officer aiding and abetting in the theft of someone's property when he's being told it's an illegal action. And when the sergeant tells me the next day it's a civil matter, well, if it's a civil matter for me, it's a civil matter for the other side. What the heck is that officer doing aiding and abetting in a criminal crime? He's supposed to know the law. How ignorant can one be? And he just chuckled when I said, hey, you got to wait for your sergeant the day I called when this happened. Can you see that? I'm having a hard time. See, I'm wrapped up in what I'm saying here and not what I'm doing. And anyways, the law getting away with stealing, I find that very much hard to believe. And I don't think I desire just a slap on the wrist in this situation here. Oh, is this the one where they changed the phone number to? Let me see back up. Is that what it says there? I'm looking at it backwards. I don't know. One of these says it's got a new number. Okay, gosh, did I read you the other one? Oh, I got that up probably out of order, huh? Oh, yeah. I should have showed you this one first. Anyways, you got that. But you see, this was already going on, actually. I should have showed it to you first. Okay.
This means there's more of you to love. Do you agree on fat? Oh, Margaret, not fat. You're sort of halfway between fat and thin, leaning a little bit to the not fat, but rather the thin side of fat. In other words, fat. No, you're actually thin. For a person who weighs as much as you do. I know how thin I am. Not very. Margaret, you're what I like to think of as full-bodied. Is that what you like to think of, Frank? All the time. You're all nice and round and mushy and soft. Unlike a certain person back home.
Oh, by the way, did I mention I found out that there's a couple of people that were allowed to move into other apartments from B and C. And we've never even been approached on that. You know, why won't they allow us to move into another apartment? Again, we're being singled out. And I think I've mentioned that before. So we're talking multiple ways of showing how we're being singled out, which is against state law. Well, I hope I'm waiting. I'm starting to kind of feel myself kind of rushing. I'm trying to be slow. I can feel myself wanting to rush too. So, anyways, yeah. So it was during that time. So in between this and this one, and I'll kind of jump a little bit ahead. I found out some information after about this stuff that had been sitting in the cabana, I guess a bottom room, hadn't been used in like 20 years, according to someone who's been around that long. And one day, I noticed all this stuff over by the dumpster. Well, the history of these apartments, if you might have something that you just don't want anymore, but maybe it still works or is usable. Instead of throwing it in a dumpster, people set it out on the side. If you need it, hey, there you go. Well, I saw this, and my first thought, and let me show you. This is how my lady's disorder is. It will force my lady to stay with the status quo, no matter how bad that is. A little bit of a hoarder, not like the hoarders you see on TV, but she does hoard. They're keepsakes, and I understand that. But when you come home and she's gobbling up this candy that's been frozen in the freezer for many years, it scares the hell out of you. You got to think she's eating poison. Yeah, we still got some up there. I cannot get her to, baby, you got to understand, keepsakes are great. But when it gets like this, I mean, suckers, they're all folded over and stuff. You know what I mean? You got to throw it away. If you want to make a ceremony about it, go ahead. Whatever you want to do. But don't keep it when it's in that kind of state. And until I can clear her mind on the long run, I'm afraid that stuff's going to be in there. Now, I'm staying home with her 24/7, so no, I'm not going to let her eat any of it. But I think I was trying to make a different point when I started that. And see, there it went. Anyways, okay. Let's see if I missed anything here. Oh, yeah, there we go. There's the point I was trying to make. Hey, I got back. Wow, it's not often for me. But, yeah, so I was bringing this up. The very first piece I'm bringing over, right? Clearly, everything's piled at the dumpster. There's no uncertainty about that. So I grabbed that first piece. Oh, oh yeah. Okay, now I'm back on track. Here we go. Can you see this? There's the padding's gone. The padding is gone on everything, including the sofa. You see the condition. This is what she sleeps on. Bars. Absolute bars. I can sit on and I can feel them bars, and that's what she sleeps on. And I try and try and try. But anyways, that's why I grabbed this one piece first. It was a I don't know if you call it bamboo or wicker. Or wicker made with bamboo. I don't know. Is that? You know what I'm talking about. And it was a big old sofa and it had the cushions. Oh, she'd have been so much more comfortable. So much more comfortable. I could not get her to let me switch it out. I tried and tried and tried to tell her, baby, why do you want to continue to torture yourself? I tell you, when it comes to that disorder, sometimes it's just a lost cause. And when you're trying to get her to change your mind on something, and it's things like this. One of the things I have is this table over here. It's square. It's not exactly. I'd rather have a elongated coffee table like this one, but this one's just. If I were to lift that up, you'd see what I was talking about. It's not the greatest, and I'm trying to get it switched out. Plus, that one's elevated, so she ain't got to lean way over to eat and stuff. That would help her great, but she won't let me switch it out. On mind you, everything's moved because of the paramedics. They had to move the stuff. So.
Well, this is stupid laugh. This is too good here. Honey, marriage has nothing to do with sex.
Okay. Now, before this paper come up, that morning, the new manager and what I presume to be an owner were out here. Oh, and I had all this stuff piled. Well, because of the painting and the power washing, well, I had to have everything over there, including the stuff we already had. Her chair, my chair, the little table used between us, that we usually had on our little walkway entering our door here, porch. That's all we had for a porch. And they proceeded to start telling me that all this is gone. Anything in common area, they're saying. And that's everything. Everything outside the apartment doors, common area. I even specifically asked about what, my lady's chair too? Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. If it ain't inside, it's gone. So I asked about the plants. I said, yeah, it's gone. It's gone. Everything. Nothing left. Every bit of it. If it ain't inside, it's going. He's rude. I tell him, man, that ain't right. There's got to be law about that. Yeah, this people's homes. You can't just throw away their part of their home. Oh, well, it's fire hazard and this and that and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And he said, everybody's going. Everybody. Okay, well, I went around town with some people. And I'll make this part short and we'll jump ahead. I talked to this one person early on. She was one of the first. If there was any sort of problem, and mind you, as people I talked to, and I had to adjust my thinking on what I was going to do with the stuff, right? I mean, it boiled down to the fact that if nothing else, well, they only had a little bit of the lawn in after they tore up the basketball court, and it was all old grass. Okay, maybe it ain't dead. It could be just dormant because dormant looks dead. And if it gets to watering, it'll come back, And a lot of it has, but there's one section it's dead. It's dead, and good thing it ain't a huge section, but still. It doesn't matter. It's got to all be torn up anyway. And there's more ways than money. Anyways, I mentioned to people and they were in agreement with it. That's a good way to handle it. We'll just use all this sofa. It's all wicker. It can handle outside. The cushions. Well, if it rains, they just got to dry. But anyways, place it around this grassy area or maybe the edge of the grassy area. And parents can watch the kids frolic on this uneven ground. All they can do is frolic a little. They can't play soccer, football, that sort of thing. Too big a risk of twisting an ankle, really. But you can probably let them frolic. So, anyways, and there was tables too. So if they wanted to maybe have bring their little grill and set outside and have a little picnic in the area, seemed like a good idea to me. Well, I don't know. Here I go. I can't remember again. And so I show you this. Oh no, I haven't yet. Okay, let me get to this. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, so we got all cross top there. That's a yellow onion, and we'll do that again, though. Okay, I probably went a little quicker than before. I'm trying to. It's getting long, I'm sure. I'm not even going to look at the time right now. But, anyways, yeah. So that day they showed up. I told them, you touch my stuff, I'm calling 911. And off their way they went and didn't come back. Well, came back next day with the Mount Lake Terrace police officer, so we already know there's aiding and abetting, Again, it's still not legal. They got no lease they're basing it on. And that other paper said they're basing everything on the lease, so it's not legal. And then, so that next day, okay, that was the 15th, right? Yeah, that was on the 15th that we got the notice. Okay, so the police officer and them, that's right, they show up on the 17th. Okay, so that morning, and I was standing out there having a cigarette, and it's about 8:30 in the morning when they stick this on the door on the 17th. So now the only problem I really got with this is they got no possible reason they would have to demand to come in and shut our water heater off. It ain't got nothing to do with you shutting the water off. There'd only be one reason I could think of they want to do that. They want to make sure that we ain't got no hot water. Well, they never came in, so it's a moot point now. But you can imagine what's going through my mind thinking they're going to come in and shut my water heater off. But here's kind of a catch on that. Now, we already know it's not legal to begin with, but here's another reason it ain't legal. Look at the date. Can you see the date? Okay, we read the top here. According to this number here, right? Now, it all looks good. Yeah, it looks good. But look at that date, July 16th. July 16th. And I even mentioned it to the moron for a cop that came, stole our property. Yo, he didn't have any intent. We ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah, well, I agree. If there was no intent, is there really a law broke, But, they've been disregarding that for how long now? But they're going to use it for themselves? Well, what a turn of events that is.
I just want to tell you what a great job you did this morning. Skillful technique, OR efficiency, unparalleled, superior team effort. Thank you very much, Captain. I think you just get this back. Hello, Calvin. Hello, Father. Hello, Hawkins. Hello, Father. Hello, Son. Hello, Bill. Hello, Mary. Hello, Rochester. Hello, Freddie. How can you give thanks for food this bad? Well, just being grateful for my daily bread. My daily bread's 4 days old. Oh, it's from my sister, the sister. Maria Angelica. I thought her name was Kathy. Maria Angelica.
Okay. I was just gonna, yeah, so anyways, it's dated the 16th, yet taped on our door on the 8:30 a.m. of the 17th, and they want to do all this the very next day. So, anyways, again, I didn't have a problem with necessarily shutting water off. The need to shut the water off, especially what came to pass after all this. Boy, we ended up like water shut off every day. They finally gave up even writing notices. There wasn't any notice even when they did that. That was on time. As a matter of fact, I think this was the only notice we ended up back again. I was told they were going to do another notice. I remember that, but it never actually appeared. I think something maybe something did the next time. I think. Oh, maybe I forgot about the papers got stuck somewhere. Oh well, it doesn't really matter. It's not legal anyhow. So this not being legal because it's based on a 20-day vacate notice that then themselves voided by extending a 14-day vacate notice that was done by another party. So apparently anybody can call in and ask for an extension. They're going to give it. I don't know. But, wouldn't that be cool? But whatever, So as long as this is hanging in the air, it's got me a bit worried, because hey, it looks real. Some judge, he may disregard every freaking thing I say. Boy, everyone else has. Everybody did me wrong in the criminal justice system. I kept telling them it wasn't true. Anytime they said anything to the effect of, like a domestic violence thing, which some did, and they seemed to not like me. But I think I talked about him once before, and I really wish I knew his name. He deserves to be known. One of the few shining stars, shall we call it? He actually, doesn't do anything to tarnish it. They exist. Apparently, there's very few of them because I can think of him right off. He was probably the brightest star. That's why he stands out. And I can probably think if I sat down and thought about maybe a couple more. But God, so many, they tarnish their badges. Just tarnish the hell out of them. So we need to throw out that psychological profile they're using now because look what we're getting. Look at what we're getting. How we managed to get ones like the man I talked about, I don't know. Pure fucking luck. That's all I can think. Oh, excuse me if there's any children listening. I'm sorry. God, I keep looking at the picture. It's like TV, I guess. You just looking at the picture, and maybe you missed the whole picture. But at any rate, yeah, this is all I'm supposed to have these two papers in on was that Monday by 5 p.m. for something that ain't even legal. By rights, I shouldn't even pay attention to it at all. But it's that dang judge, there you go. I don't even get to see the judge. If I don't do these two papers, I won't even get to see the judge. And that's what I've been freaking trying to do. Everyone kept delaying it. But do I really need to see the judge? Couldn't I be able to turn this into the clerk and say, hey, here's this, here's this, here's this. You can clearly see it's no good. And no, I know. They're going to tell, well, you got to do this and you got to do that. And I know it's going to be in a way that I ain't going to feel confident that I can do it right. And are the sheriffs that should know the law, the deputies, it's their business to know this eviction because they carry out the evictions. Can I trust that they can look and see it and not say, oh, but I've got a court order? That's scary. That's scary. My lady's order, streets are going to kill her. No two ways about it. If they don't just outright kill her, her disorder will act up and she'll get herself killed. And I'll probably die first protecting her. So, but that's she's my destiny. I didn't know it the first time I saw her. I'll get that another time. I'm sorry. Thank you.